Hello and good morning. You are back with the crew and the dogs and the whole gang, and we're all right here. So, first of all, it's so good to be back on the old ranch here, if you will. Travel is so much fun. Meeting people is a blast, but boy, it's different than it used to be in so many different ways. Like when you have a place that you love and you got dogs like these dogs, like there's home is an incredible place, and you miss everybody. And my wife and I are so blessed to have what we have, and I really appreciate it all. But meeting all of you was the highlight of the trip. Yeah, there was some business, and I had to meet with some people and whatnot. But all those people become family. It's not business anymore. It's family business, if you will. We are so blessed to be at this time in our lives to where all of us can communicate online. We get to see each other in the chat and do all the cool stuff. But it's really not like shaking somebody's hand and looking them straight in the eye and saying, I got you. I know who you are. I feel it. I can feel the vibe. I understand what we're doing. I understand why we've all been brought together and how important it is going forward that all of us stay in touch. Not just online. Meetups, meeting each other, and becoming a real, true family. We talk about family on this channel all the time because my son and I started this together in our family, and you all know my wife Elizabeth, so we are family to that degree. But I'm talking about the crypto family that we have, the army. I don't like to call it the army because I don't really like the sound of army. I just don't. It's not an army. It's a family. That having been said, I want to thank the people that met me, in particular in Alabama and Florida. It was a spiritual event. It was moving. It was emotional. There was a connection of energy and souls in that room that, all you have to do is be there and to understand the power of it all. When grown men are appreciating each other and their wives, some of their wives, to that level that we did, it's powerful and it's moving. And we're all in this together. All the crypto family are in that together. So you could be the person that be, the SOB, or the, down there typing some of the things that some people type. And I don't know what gratification they get off being negative like that. I really don't. It doesn't resonate with me, but maybe they're not feeling well, or they have a pain, or they're living in something that's not fulfilling their life on a spiritual or mental basis, to where they feel their duty or their need is to lash out or talk about simply all the problems of the world. And they really focus on what's wrong with the world and what's wrong with the government and what's wrong with all that. And I get it. I've been there, but it never made me happy, and never made me have confidence in my future. And it simply is something I try to take in small dosage. So, having said all that, I want to talk about who we are as a crypto family. You are more than just a owner or an investor. You're almost like a creator. You're an inventor, entrepreneur. You're a person who has spent the time studying, time after time, going through what ISO is, why it's coming, why banking is going to change, how it's going to change the world, how it all implements, and how the puzzle pieces fit together is what you've done. And that's been your homework and your passion, because you're a researcher, you're an innovator, you're a creator, you're a person who gets all of that to know where the world's going. I see the technology. I see how AI is going to fit with it. It all is going to work for mankind. Some people look at all of that technology and say it's negative and it's a problem and it's bad and it's evil and it's dark, or whatever the energy is that they associate with something they don't know a lot about. So people walk in fear of lack of knowledge. You have the knowledge because you sought it out. You bought the right investments. Like the inventor, you've been working on this thing, living your life, doing your thing, watching channels like this one and many others, and you wake up one day and all of a sudden you're wealthy. I'm talking very wealthy. And you're not prepared for that. You're prepared for the research. You're like the guy who makes drums, right? Hey, I went off in my own company because I was a drummer and I wanted to make a drum kit. I wanted to make my own set. And I'm getting cat claws in the thighs down here. It's not good. Doesn't make great video. I know he means well. I do. I know he's a lucky man. That's why we named him that. He makes drum kits. That's his whole thing, right? Hey, I'm into drum sets. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the best drum. I'm going to reinvent the drum wheel. And he goes down that road. It's his passion. It's his life. He's doing his thing. He's doing the research. He's testing different things out. And the next thing you know is he wakes up out of bed and everybody and their brother who plays drums wants his drums. And then, I don't know if you remember that, was it Office Space where they programmed that little thing where it was going to take a fraction of a penny, and then all of a sudden they woke up and it was, I don't remember the number, $10 million worth of value the following day, and they just panicked. They're like, oh my God, we're going to prison. That kind of thing. That's all happening to you. It's all coming to you. It's not maybe, it's when. There's too much going on, and there's too much water under the bridge for them to back the whole river back up. That's just not going to happen. So you're the inventor, entrepreneur that picked the right tool to invest in. I'm not talking which coins. I love them all, but this one's kind of a good one. I don't know if you got any of that one, but you might want to get some of that. Not financial advice whatsoever, because see, I'm not a financial advisor. So how could I be accused of giving financial advice if I'm not a financial advisor? That doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I know I'm throwing logic around, but it's a legal thing. That's right. Logic and legal aren't the same thing. Gosh, who knew? Anyway, let's get back to this topic. See, what's coming is taxation. Because they already know we succeeded. We won the war. The war's over, by the way. Politicians are coming out. Yeah, I got to have it. Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing that. So taxation comes to us. And we go, wow. Okay, I'll pay my taxes. I'm okay with that. But you're going to be the new wealthy. You're going to have a lot of money. You're going to have a lot of money all at once. You're going to have a lot of money coming in and out. And you're going to have to hopefully sell it with some sort of tax advantages or to you. You're going to need all that. Just think, okay, I had a great conversation with an accountant recently, and he's a guy that's like, hey, Allan, what do you know about this September 9th thing, or this first week of September? I believe it's coming out, like very soon. And it's a new, the legislation, the regulators. As soon as they say, we need to regulate, we know what that means on this show, right? Manipulate. Regulate, manipulate, it's the same word when you're talking politicians or government agencies. It's an identical word. Only maybe even a little bit more nefarious than just manipulating. A little scratch for them, if you know what I'm saying. They need another mansion because 4 mansions isn't enough, right? You have to understand, when you're making $175,000 a year, you have to prove to the world that you're a thief by building your 5th mansion and still getting away with it and laughing about it. Different subject, that video there. So these laws are coming into effect. They're being implemented as far as just being put out there. I think it's even going to the Department of Justice. I don't know. There's a bunch of different places that it's headed. And then it's going to be regulated by them coming up, I believe, January 1st, 2025. This is going to help regulation of corporate structure to what they can have on the books. But the big gorilla in the room that they're really trying to get a hold of is you and I's taxation, because they happen to know, well, wait a minute now. How about all this real estate? It's kind of in a bubble. China, Japan, I don't know. Maybe not Japan so much, but the U.S., UK, Hong Kong, Australia, Canada's in a massive, all of that real estate's in a massive bubble. Is it going to double and triple from here? Of course, in time, but it's really boomed. What do we know about the stock market? Boomed. It's at all-time highs. What do we know about precious metal? All-time highs. Is crypto at all-time high? No. So where do you stuff the inflation? You cram it right into the new entrepreneur inventors who are going to have a tax liability because that's what they need. They need somewhere to put all these digits. They're going to put all that inflation and those digits into a account near you. That way that you get to work until May to pay for it all. See the plan? It's a master plan, and we've been along with it for the ride the whole way. So there's a breakneck mess of everybody running through to get through the door, and the door is real tight, and there's millions of people. 50 million people in America alone are going to have to find a way to figure out these new tax laws and to implement them and find an accountant that knows anything about them. Can you imagine onboarding 50 million people in one brand new year? Maybe that was the 87,000 agents they hired. Probably just a coincidence. My point is, you're expected to immediately become an authority on crypto taxation laws. Wow, good luck with that. Especially when they have no idea what they are. Does that give you some leeway? Probably does. They're probably going to come after celebrity, sports athlete, anybody that endorses it first. They're going to make an example out of them first, and then they're going to work their way down to the millionaires, and then they're going to work down the way down to you. And then, oh, that's right. You woke up out of bed, and now you're worth 10 to 15, 20, 50, who knows, $1 million overnight, and you're sitting there scrambling going, I don't have a tax plan. I don't have any idea what I'm going to do with this. All of a sudden, I went, ooh, that was dangerously close to losing the camera right there. Although that's entertaining too. Oh, that was close. Real close. If the camera goes sideways, I'm not recording this again because this is my 4th attempt on this video today. I know. It's anybody that tells you, oh yeah, just start a YouTube channel, it's a piece of cake. Well, they've never done it with, 4 dogs around, and a bunch of cats, and roosters. The hazards around here. You just never know what could really interfere with one man's production. You're about to have the target on your back in the taxation sense. I'm not saying all this is not problem solution guide. That's not what I'm trying to do with this video. What I am saying is I've spent the last few years of my life trying to figure out, because I've been through the, 2 massive, 2.5 bulls since I've owned crypto. And every time I got to the point, I was like, oh my God, look at my account. Now what? How do I get out of this? How do I ladder out? How do I get out of steps? How do I keep my coins and my coins pay me constantly? And how do I do that so it's not all a taxable event? All of that has been my research. But I haven't really had to talk about it with you guys. I've been telling you that I have a ladder out plan and I have a way out of this thing, and I have a way for all of us to earn a living, okay? Mad money, if you will, money on the side, that we can find a way to become free and be an American again, or whatever you are, Jamaican, whatever, Puerto Rican, whatever you are, whatever your thing is, and live freely without the constant magnifying glass over top of you, because you are the new target, as I've explained. We are the new target. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful problem to have, and we're going to have all that problem. What's your plan? How are you going to deal with it? Who do I call? What do I do? Oh, I'm just going to call Allan. Yeah, great. There's going to be 100 of you people call me one day, and I'm going to be like, whoa. Wait a minute, where have you been? Now all of a sudden, new guy calling me in a panic because he couldn't fit through the door. I'm just saying, it's time for you to do new research. That's what I'm saying. You've studied your tail off. You know everything that's ever been printed about XRP or Bitcoin. You got that. You're Mr. Cardone. When you go to a barbecue, they go, that's Mr. Ada. There he is right there. Because that's what you call me. But are you Mr. How do I pay the least amount of taxes honestly? Are you that guy yet? because you might want to look into it. There's a couple of different ways. I have a show that I do with another guy by the name of Simon. I know you guys all know Simon Says Crypto. He and I do a show on Tuesday nights. You guys should not miss it. It's something that we're going slow. It's a classroom operation. We're trying to give you the big picture and analyze where money goes, how money works, what do you do with money, how does money get generated, how do banks make money, how do law firms hide money. Did I say hide? Well, manipulate money. How does money slosh from place to place to place legally, all above board, yet to the advantage of the corporation or the individual who owns such pile of money? That is what we like to talk about. We have a couple of great ideas. It's a fun show. We have a lot of fun. He and I enjoy each other's company. My son's going to be on the show. He's been on the show. He's on my live streams on Sunday. We're going to be talking a lot about that as well. Because on the live stream, we have talked about exit strategies and different percentages, ways out. That's all going to become more advanced. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is you've already picked the right coin. You already have the right coin. And you already know that. You don't need my advice on which one to own because pretty clear that ISO is already implemented. And I know that you guys have checked out my X account, my Twitter feed, and you've seen some of the stuff that's been put in there is pretty deep, detailed stuff. ISO is everywhere. It's already out there. It's being implemented. I know it's not going to be totally launched until 26, I believe it is. 26. Don't quote me on that. But they're using it right now. There's 80 nation states, SBI in Japan. We all know all that good stuff. It's already happened now. I have to close this one with a great, this is priceless. So Simon and I were driving in this car and, we get in this Uber. And I've seen a van, this 70-year-old man, incredible man, very nice, polite, understanding. But as soon as we said the word crypto, it triggered him. Oh, you know how people are, they're like, oh, I'm supposed to say what I know about that subject as I'm an authority of knowledge, that I must regurgitate what the system or the people that I believe or the sheep that I hang with tells me to say. Let me put that chip in and just regurgitate that information about crypto. So his story went something like this. I'm going to call the guy Harry. I don't remember this guy's name. And he said, there's a friend of ours and all of us know him. And poor Harry, he got the affliction. He got the crypto. He's been afflicted by crypto. And, he's addicted. He has an addiction and he just sits inside of his condo. And do you see the job hazard around here? I have a dog drooling on my leg. It's what I go through on this, I mean, talking about a workman's comp issue here. So Harry basically discovers crypto like the rest of us, starts doing his homework, starts doing research, tells all of his friends, and all of his friends are like, Harry, you're an idiot, Harry. You don't understand. The box, the evening news box told me, the boob tube told me, evil, bad, stay away, don't get near it. All those people are crazy. And poor Harry, he got afflicted. He's been afflicted with it. We're really concerned. So all of us, he's alienated all of us. Notice how they always put it. He alienated all of us. Yeah, he just stays inside and just studies his computer and just researches his crypto stuff. And, they've all but decided they're going to have an intervention on this guy. And nobody talks to him anymore. Okay, did Harry alienate the flock of sheep? Or did the sheep say, oh, Harry's thinking outside of the flock again? Well, we can't have that, can we? We just have to stare at the tail of the flock in front of me and just stay together because we're really good at that. We're really smart when we stay together as a big herd. We always make the right decisions, in particular financially. Those are the best decisions I've ever made, right? Right? when you follow the flock? Yeah, no, that's never the case. And so it dawned on me, I'm listening to a man essentially who's going to repeat that same story every person that gets in his van of an afflicted disease upon a friend of his, in which he inflicted the disease upon because of ignorance. And I'm sorry, I'm no longer capable of saying that people's ignorance as a financial strategy. If your financial planner or your banker or your institution thinks that the problem with investing is crypto, his ignorance is no longer an excuse for knowledge. I'm sorry, it's not. For instance, I'm not going to throw the man under the bus, but I'm going to say, you're 70 years old and you're driving an Uber and you're giving financial advice. You know, pot, kettle. I'm just saying, not that Uber isn't a great job, and he might just do it because he likes doing it. He might be a billionaire. I don't know that. I really don't. But I do know this. If he thinks he's right and you and I are wrong, good for him. I wasn't about to talk him out of it. But on the way out of the van, I simply said this to him. I said, you know, has it crossed your mind at all? You ever think about it at all? That maybe you guys are not correct and Harry got it right? I'm just saying, have a great day. See, that's the kind of humility and human being that I'd like to see more of us crypto people be. It's not an argument with those people. It's not a fight. It's not a duel to death. It's lead the horse to water. If he walks away thirsty, he's thirsty. Okay? The rest of his days. You and I, we don't need to be thirsty. Because we're crushing this. You and I are crushing this. Your next 5 to 10 years of your life is absolutely financially going to blow your mind. Blow your mind. And I'm talking to professionals who are now not laughing at me any longer. Investment firms, they're listening. Clue, big clue. All right, guys, with that, I think I made it through a whole video without the dogs knocking the camera over, so I'm going to call that a success. So whether or not I like the video or not, I'm going to post it. I love you guys very much. It was so cool to meet all of you. I'm hoping I can meet almost all of you at one time or another. I know it's a monumental task, but it's totally worth it when you get to meet each other. And it wasn't just them meeting me. It was them meeting each other. It was the real deal. I'm telling you, this is what we're doing here is important to the future of you and your happiness and your peace. With that, I love you all very much. And if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I am dangerously close to 20,000 subs. I know. I'm begging now. I love you. I'm out. So I was traveling quite a bit over the last few days. And it dawned on me, you know, back when I was a younger man, drinker. Every time I got on a plane in the morning to leave to go home, I was hungover. And everybody I met in the airport was a pain in the ass. All of them. Just mean to me. Bitter face. Grumpy. Just miserable folks. And then it dawned on me. Wait a minute. I'm a happy person. I enjoy who I am now. I don't meet any SOBs anymore. Damn. Look at the math. That's good math. I like it. Love y'all.